I'd say it was all out, especially with Ronnie in front of me. He definitely had something to push for, and it made the race that much more interesting. And for a second there, I didn't know if I got it. I felt like in my heart I got it, but you know, you never have it until the screen says you do.
Have you been in a race like that where you got to catch a guy?
Oh, all the time.
Yeah.
I've done that. I've had to do that. I think the first time I was in 8th grade, and ever since then. So I've been coming from behind in a lot of races. It's kind of normal for me, especially in the 100.
What do you tell yourself in those circumstances when you have some ground to make up?
It's not really something that I tell because I've been doing it for so long. It's almost a natural thing for me to feel like I'm coming from behind. I just know I ain't got nothing to worry about. Stay calm, just hit positions. You know, coach said, just go all out. I already know my body is doing what it needs to do, so if I let it do it, I'm going to catch him. If I don't catch him, I know I gave him 100, and that's all that's good enough for me.
Are you a 100 guy or a 200 guy?
I'm both. People just assume I'm a 200 specialist. Don't get me wrong, I love the 200s. I love it. But I also like a few hundreds in the day too.
You had pure joy coming out of you when you were jumping around after you won that race. Was that just from the fact that you came back to catch up, or your first big win here, or what?
It was a combination of more of the time and the win. I didn't think that my first USATF championship was going to be 100 gold medals. I thought it was going to be always the 200. So to come out here and win the 100, it made me very happy because I'm proving, one, that I'm not just a 200 runner, and two, that I'm out here with the big dogs and I'm trying to be just as great as that.
What's the bigger deal for you, winning that championship or getting the world beating time?
I think it was the champion. I know the time was eventually going to come, and the time couldn't have come this meet. If I got the win, I was definitely going to be pleased more. I feel that I got a few more hundreds later down the line, and I feel that I would have got it then, but this makes me more excited because I feel that we still have some speed training to go through. We're going to go over to Europe, and we're going to try and do the same thing, if not better.
And what was that dance with the one arm going up and the one leg going up? It was like you're pulling something on the string. What is that?
I don't know the name of it, but you know, everybody's doing it. It's like, it's from the song Shoot. Everybody does it, and it's like, you know, you just do it all the time. It's another dance from Fortnite, but they've been doing it before Fortnite, you know. It's just a silly dance that people recognize, and they're like, that's cool, I relate to it.
Was that planned, or was that all you just making all that up?
No, it was planned. I kind of planned my dance moves weeks in before, and I also plan my themes weeks in advance. So I always have like my themes going on and what I'm gonna do just in case I win. And if I don't win, that means that I have something backed up.
Late in a race, have you ever panicked when you're closing down someone at the end of a race like that?
I don't think, in my mind, I've panicked. I try not to panic because, in my mind, panicking is almost a sign of you're gonna let somebody else get to you, and that you should be focusing on your race more than somebody else's race. So I always try to focus more on myself than anybody else.
So you're the world leader now in the 100 and 200. You're only 20 years old. I mean, how does that feel?
I haven't registered that yet. Now that you just said that, I just realized it. So that's actually pretty cool. That's oh my god!
Will you run World Cup?
I'm not sure yet. Me and my coach are going to discuss that, and we're going to get to that later. You know, we haven't had that big of a talk on it. We were just truthfully coming here to run 100 and try to get a fast time and get a win.
Who's that with you down there in the stands?
That was my mom.
Yeah?
Yeah, my mom's been through a lot. Me and my brother, you know, we're all really close. It's just whenever we get a victory, it's like that thing that the whole family shares, and it's not even just a family thing, it's a team thing. Now I know my uncle is back home and my chiropractor is back home, and they're all doing their happy dances too. So I know my phone's blowing up, so I'm going to get back to them. You know, it's a we thing and not so much of an I thing, because you know you can't win with just one person. You have to have a team to do it.
How's the conditions here? I mean, it's not super hot. Usually the fastest sprint times come when it's really hotter. Not that it was cold.
No, I feel like the temperature was perfect. The wind, thank God, was not wind aided. I've been catching more wind than Aang the Avatar. But the weather was good. I feel like it was very humid. It reminded me of home. And just to have the sun not beaming on your head, draining your energy, was really nice.
What did you think about your start, both in the final and the semis?
I felt that the semis was way better than my finals, but that makes me more excited, so I can go back to the drawing board and focus on something. Like my start is always something I'm trying to improve. So I know when I go back and I'm just like, I had the perfect start and I didn't get the time I want, I'm like, now we're in trouble. But when you know you can go back and do something better, that means that you have more room to improve. That means that you can keep going further in the sport. It gets me happy and excited.
How much better do you think your start is right now than it was, last year?
Oh, it's 100 times better. I mean, we all saw what I did in Eugene at Prefontaine. If that was a normal race, I would have been like sitting at probably like third coming off the turn. But now every time I run, I try to make sure that I'm first coming off the turn each time. So when I come through the lines, I want to have separation from everybody.
Talking about the Incredibles yesterday, and are you wearing the socks now?
I am wearing the socks.
Can we see them?
My incredible socks.
So is that motivation?
That's always motivation. I love my themes, but this is definitely going to go down as one of my favorite. Truthfully, most of my themes are like all my loves and passions outside the track. So just trying to bring a little bit of that energy out. And, since you're an Adidas athlete, you have to hit in the small ways. We're supposed to wear our uniform, so I make sure I always represent Adidas. But at the same time, I want to give my little bit of fashion and my little bit of love to all my other interests.
Any ideas for the next theme?
I'm gonna have to call my Mighty Morpher.
Okay. All right.
And who would win in a
movie right now?
My favorite movie?
Yeah, that's out right now.
Right now is it's Incredibles 2. But overall, I think 1 was better than 2, but barely.
Who would win in a race, you or Dash, from The Incredibles?
I think because his parents wouldn't want him to, show his superpowers, I would win.
Oh, like the end of the first
Triple
jump champ right here.
No, 988. I mean, what does that tell you? You can run on the 200. Do you think?
Truthfully, in my head, in the 200, I feel like I can go like 19.4 this year. I have to see if it happens, but it definitely gives me more confidence going into it now, and I'm really excited. I've kind of been cheating on my 200. It's time to go back to my baby.
Was this sort of the best case scenario for it? I mean, if you came and won the 200 and ran 19.8, would that have been as meaningful or as important to you as winning a race that, like you said, people don't really identify you with as in the 100?
So going into here, 9.8 was my goal time, and then to get the win was the overall time. If I didn't get the time, I was okay with that, but grabbing both is just having your cake and eating it too.
Right.
Why did you choose to focus on the 100?
I decided that me and my coach talked, and we decided that having rounds and rounds of the 200 with maybe not as much competition as we wanted would have been a little, not needed, wear and tear on the body, especially with a long season going ahead. And truthfully, doing the 1 was something to focus on. Then when we go back to the 200, we'll know that we're stronger and faster, and we can, get more excited about it.
How do you view this event this year, knowing that it's an off year to some and not all the athletes are here competing?
Yeah, when I first thought about it at the beginning of the season, I was like, I don't really want to go. But as I'm getting closer and closer, I'm like, you know what? I might have a chance at this 100. And I was telling my mom, and my mom was like, no, go for the 200. We need that 200. And I'm like, no, Mom. I think I can do this in the 100. And it's going to be way more fun because I knew there's way more competition, way more people pushing me. And if there's people pushing me, I always love to show up and bring them all out.
Do you like still doing both events and overall balancing those for Worlds and the Olympics in the next few years?
Yeah, I definitely like doing both. I feel that doing one event gets kind of tedious, so sometimes you need to switch them out, work on something different. And working on the 100 works on my start like that. You can have a little bit of a bad start in the 200 and still pull it out, but you can't get away with horrible starts in the 100.
Congrats.
At a competition like this where you and Joe Cephas are both competing on the same day, are you keeping tabs on each other?
Last night.
I mean, overall, we always keep tabs on each other. I mean, we love when we both run. I was in the cool down area, and I had my iPad up while I was like, my therapist was working on me. We were just like yelling at the screen. And then when he came back and he got the little cue, I was like hype. I was hyper than him. He was kind of like, nah, I don't deserve it. I'm like, forget that. You deserve all this.
Did you come to Des Moines this weekend thinking, look, this is the whole theme of this weekend is going to be the young people stepping up, like you, Michael, could have been Sydney, although she didn't do that this time, but that's like where we're at in track right now is youngsters like you are beginning to assert themselves.
Yeah, as I say always, there's definitely a switching of the guards going on right now, and it's as we get later and later and more years pass, you can see it more and more. I think me and my brother were probably the first few. I mean, I think Trayvon Bromell was probably one of the first to actually do it. Maybe Candace Hill, probably the first few to really do it. But now you're seeing like the second gens, and I think the third gens are a little bit behind us. Maybe by the time the Olympics comes, that's really going to be the third generation where I think that we'll probably just kind of push out the rest. I mean, I'm not trying to be big. I'm just, in my head. That's
Your
kind of how it's
window's
going.
coming open,
Yeah.
Had a chance to chat with your mom after the race, and she said, with all your celebration, she's like, "That's Noah. That's like who he is." And as you become pro and more pressure and stuff, has it been difficult at all to still reveal and still show like your true personality and who you are?
No, I feel like it's more of a platform for me to do it. As a pro, there's actual TV. In high school, there's no TV. So I get to show it more. I get to go on social media and people get excited about the themes, so I love that. And I feel it's a lot easier because I have more of an audience. And truthfully, it's all about having fun. So if I'm not having fun with it, I don't feel that I should be doing it. But I'm having fun with it, I'm going to keep doing it.
Yeah, it seems like your personality is the same as it was in the trials when you first kind of burst on the scene. I mean, do you feel that way?
I feel like I'm the exact same kid. I'm still a kid who watches Amazing World of Gumball on Saturdays, Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursday, Friday. I'm still watching all my cartoons. I'm still watching movies. I'm super into anime. I'm always reading that. I've been reading that. My mom gets on me because she says you need to read real books. I'm like, I read enough manga. So that's
Studying for Japan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you'll be ready for Tokyo, yeah?
Exactly. My dream is to go into Tokyo in the finals and ask for a spear bomb, and the whole stadium raise their hands to get a spear bomb. So I'm gonna try to start pushing for that a little bit.
Thanks, Noah. Appreciate it.
Thank you.